At the start of the story, a small boat is seen slowly moving along a quiet river. The boat is being driven by a man named Andy. He is traveling with his wife and their young daughter. While passing by, Andy notices a family standing on the riverbank. He waves at them politely. Instead of responding, the man on the shore points a gun at Andy to stop him from coming closer. This world is no longer the same as ours. A dangerous virus has spread everywhere, affecting the human mind. Within 48 hours, an infected person completely loses humanity and turns into a zombie. Andy continues his journey with his family. His wife grows anxious because their food supplies are nearly finished. Andy tries to calm her and promises that everything will be okay. Soon, Andy notices an abandoned and damaged boat floating nearby. He climbs inside and finds food and useful supplies. Suddenly, he senses that something is hiding inside the cabin. Before anything can attack him, Andy quickly grabs the supplies and returns to their houseboat. His wife feels relieved and happy when she sees the food. Andy tells her they now have enough groceries to last 2 or 3 months. However, his wife insists on collecting more supplies. Without telling Andy, she enters the broken boat again. As she comes back with the groceries, something suddenly pulls her inside. When Andy later sees her on the houseboat, her leg is badly injured. This terrifies him. Andy's wife urges him to leave the boat and go somewhere else. She believes she has been infected by the virus. Andy refuses to accept this. He says the water is full of unknown creatures and assumes something else bit her. His wife then reveals that it was a human bite. This confirms the attacker was a zombie. Andy is devastated by this realization. He tells his wife she has 48 hours left. He promises to take her to a doctor during that time. She resists the idea. Andy, unwilling to lose her, leaves their safe spot and begins the journey. Along the way, they come across several abandoned vehicles. They choose one and continue traveling. After a short distance, his wife's condition rapidly worsens. The virus is taking over her body. She asks Andy to leave the car with their daughter so they can survive. Andy refuses to abandon her. He convinces her and forces her to stay inside the car. While driving, a zombie suddenly appears in front of them. Andy loses control and the car crashes violently. During the crash, a wooden rod pierces through his wife's stomach. This injury proves fatal. Andy is also badly hurt and loses consciousness. When he wakes up, he sees his wife has fully turned into a zombie. Before losing her humanity, she had written the words "Save her" on the door. Through this message, she begged Andy to save their daughter. Andy reaches back to pick up his young daughter when his wife suddenly bites him. Despite the shock, Andy manages to pull his daughter out of the car. He is completely broken by the loss of his wife. At the same time, he knows the virus will spread through his body within 48 hours. He worries about who will care for his daughter after he is gone. Andy sets a 48-hour timer inside the car. He then notices the man who had run in front of their vehicle earlier. As Andy approaches him, he realizes the man is fully infected. Andy grabs a stick to defend himself. At that moment, a young girl named Thumi appears. She is an indigenous Australian girl. She begs Andy not to hurt her father. The infected man is her father. Thumi has tightly bound her father's mouth so he cannot bite anyone. She cuts her own hand and lets the blood drip onto a tree. When her father smells the blood, he moves toward the tree and begins licking it. Using this method, Thumi guides her father wherever she goes. Andy continues his journey with his daughter. As they move ahead, a streetlight suddenly turns on. Andy realizes someone is inside the building. It turns out to be a school. Inside, Andy meets a woman sitting alone. She treats his injuries and allows him to stay there for the night. While resting, Andy notices a group of tribesmen lighting a fire nearby. Among them is a woman calling out the name Thumi. This woman is Thumi's mother. She is searching for her missing daughter. Meanwhile, Thumi is shown hiding her father by burying him in the ground. She knows the local tribes kill all infected people on sight. Because of this, she tries to protect her father at any cost. She loves him deeply and wants to keep him alive, even in his current state. The next morning, Andy prepares to leave. He knows he cannot stay long because the virus will soon take over his body. He also cannot leave his daughter with the woman, as she is already sick and close to death. Before Andy leaves, Thumi's mother shows him a photo of Thumi with her father. She explains how much Thumi loves her father. She tells Andy that if he wants to give his daughter a second chance, he should find Thumi and entrust the child to her. Andy moves forward and spots a car. Before he can reach it, gunshots are fired in his direction. He then notices a man lying on the ground. The man explains he was not shooting at Andy. He was firing at a zombie approaching from behind. The man warns that the gunfire will attract more infected people. He begs Andy to help him escape quickly. The man is trapped under a heavy metal cylinder. Andy pushes the cylinder away from the car. They both manage to escape safely. The man takes Andy to his home. His wife is also there. The house is completely secured and safe from zombies. Vic takes Andy to a location where a large number of infected people are gathered around a cage. Andy notices the infected surrounding the area. Vic coldly says that they must kill them. Andy and Vic begin hunting down the infected one by one. After killing them all, they move closer to the cage. Inside, Andy is shocked to see Thumi imprisoned. Andy demands to know what is going on. Vic responds with a cruel explanation. He says you cannot catch fish without bait. Vic reveals that he kills infected people and steals their valuables. He believes these items will be useful when the world returns to normal. Andy feels disturbed by this mindset. Vic tells him to stop worrying about the girl and focus on protecting his own daughter. Andy then notices another elderly tribesman locked inside a cage. After this, they return to Vic's Vic's house. That night, Andy places his daughter in her crib. Overwhelmed by despair, he steps outside, intending to end his own life. At that moment, Vic's wife approaches him. She begs Andy not to do it. She warns him that his daughter is not safe in this house. She reveals that Vic is not her real husband. She explains that Vic murdered her actual husband. She tells Andy that if he wants to save his daughter, he must leave immediately. She admits she knows Andy is infected. She asks how much time he has left. Andy tells her he has 20 hours remaining. Andy says he once saw a family living safely near the riverbank. He offers to take them there. Before they can escape, Vic suddenly returns. He locks Andy inside the same cage where Thumi was held. At first, Thumi is frightened of Andy. Andy gently reassures her that he will not hurt her. She is afraid because Andy was with Vic the day before. Now both of them must find a way to escape. Andy attaches a piece of meat to a chain. He ties the other end of the chain to the cage door. He throws the meat far away from the cage. The infected rush toward it and begin pulling the chain. This force breaks the cage door open. Andy and Thumi escape and rush toward Vic's house. Andy finds Lorraine, the woman Vic claims is his wife. He quickly takes his daughter from the house. Before Andy can react, Vic wakes up and tries to shoot him. Lorraine steps in front of Andy and Thumi. She is shot and killed. Andy escapes with his daughter and Thumi. Vic chases after them but loses their trail. Eventually, Vic is forced to turn back. The next morning, Thumi returns to the tree where she left her father. She finds his body trapped against a wooden stake. Her father is dead. Thumi breaks down in grief. She is completely devastated by the loss. Andy tries to comfort her by saying her father was already gone. She refuses to accept his words. Andy asks Thumi to come with him to the riverbank. She refuses to leave. Andy continues the journey alone with his daughter. When Andy checks his watch, he realizes he has only 9 hours left. He must reach the riverbank before time runs out. They need to reach Millie. Suddenly, Andy begins to suffer a seizure. He collapses and loses consciousness. When Andy regains consciousness, he realizes his daughter is missing. He soon sees that Thumi is carrying the child in her arms. Thumi now decides to protect the girl as her own. She begins the journey toward the riverbank with Andy. Knowing every path through the forest, Thumi leads them quickly. When they reach the spot where Andy once saw the family, he makes a terrible discovery. The family's leader has been bitten on the neck by an infected man. He knows he will soon turn as well. The man shows Andy a gun. He explains that it has 6 bullets. He says 4 bullets are meant for his family. He then tells Andy he may use the remaining bullets on himself and his daughter. Andy refuses. He says he cannot leave his child in a world where no one is safe. He does not want to give her such a life. Andy walks away with his daughter. Moments later, 3 gunshots echo behind him. Andy understands that the man killed his family and then himself. Andy picks up the gun left behind. It still contains 2 bullets. He is unsure of what to do next. Meanwhile, Thumi enters the family's tent. She brings a bag to Andy. Inside, Andy finds the same photograph shown to him earlier by the sick woman. The picture shows Thumi with her father and family. Seeing this, Thumi's trust in Andy grows stronger. She tells him she wants to return to her people. She asks if he will come with her. Andy agrees. Thumi points toward smoke in the distance. She says her people are there. The 3 of them move through a tunnel beneath the railway tracks. Suddenly, they see Vic ahead of them. Vic does not notice their presence. Andy quickly hides Thumi and his daughter inside a nearby parked car. Andy then joins the line of zombies Vic has tied up. Vic is killing them one by one. As Vic reaches Andy, Andy pulls out his revolver and tries to shoot him. A violent struggle follows. During the fight, Vic grabs the revolver and shoots Andy. Vic walks toward the car where Thumi and the child are hiding. He drags Thumi out and throws her onto a truck. She loses consciousness due to her injuries. Vic then sits down with Andy's daughter on his lap. Andy approaches him and begs for his child. Vic angrily says Andy took Lorraine away from him. He vows to take Andy's daughter in return. Andy tells him Lorraine never belonged to him. These words hit Vic deeply. Guilt begins to surface within him. He finally hands the child back to Andy. After this, Andy, Thumi, and the child continue forward. Thumi struggles to walk because of a bleeding head injury. Andy encourages her to keep moving. He tells her that if she collapses, they will never reach safety. With great effort, they move ahead slowly. Andy suddenly feels forced to run again. When he hears his daughter's voice, he regains awareness. However, Andy's strength quickly fades. He can no longer walk. He drops to his knees on the ground. Andy tells Thumi that she must promise to always take care of his daughter. Thumi looks at him and says she promises. Andy understands that his end is near. He gently says goodbye to his daughter. He kisses her forehead for the last time. He then asks Thumi for a small box containing a noose. Another scene shows Thumi's mother and her clan fighting infected creatures. Smoke rises into the air as they burn the bodies. Through the thick smoke, Andy appears. He is carrying his daughter and Thumi on his back. He continues moving forward with great effort. Andy has given Thumi a wooden stick with meat tied to it. He knows the infected are drawn to the smell of meat. Andy follows the direction in which Thumi guides the bait. In this way, all 3 finally reach the tribe's settlement. It is a safe place. By now, Andy has fully turned into a zombie. He has placed an object in his mouth to prevent himself from biting anyone. The tribe members have no choice but to end his life. They kill Andy using a spear. Thumi and her mother take responsibility for Andy's daughter. They accept her as part of their family. Andy had written the words "thank you" on his daughter's stomach. This was done during the tribal ritual known as Holy Chowk. In the final scene, Andy's daughter is taken into the tribe. Andy is given a respectful funeral. He is honored in the same way Thumi's father was. This moment brings the story to an end. Which movie would you like to hear about next? Let me know in the comments below. I read every comment. Thank you so much for your support and kind words.